Hello everybody and welcome to the start of today's D2CL action where we've got IG going up against VG.P now. You know, this may not be a close match, but VG.P are definitely showing that they're a strong Chinese squad. They're building up on what they've got, which is very good drafting and individual skill. We'll just have to see where they are in 6 months' time, but they've got a pretty good matchup here today. IG, one of the best, if not the best in the scene right now. Let's head over to the draft. Welcoming my co-commentator Scant. How you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing alright, keeping an eye on the cricket. But,
The cricket?
ready to cast, and yeah, I'm not a big cricket person, but it is the World Cup, and I'm South African, and yeah,
Okay.
South Africa versus New Zealand's on now. It's been on since like the early hours of the morning.
The two top
But
teams, right?
yeah, pretty much, yeah. Um, but yeah, South Africa known for not doing that well in World Cups. But anyway, as to the Dota game, it's interesting because from what I've seen of both of these teams since the season kicked off, these are sort of the two heroes they like to play with most. IG have been basing a lot of drafts around Ferrari Storm and Burning Juggernauts. If they can't get both, they get just the one. And when we cast VG Gang Potential, we saw Yang on SF almost every game,
Yeah.
and James was playing Earthshaker more than anything else.
Yeah, they do throw a Silencer in there once in a while, but Earthshaker is definitely his go-to hero as well as maybe a support Zeus spotted around. But
Yeah.
I kept getting confused because the times we've seen VGP play, or the times I've seen them play, James gets an awful lot of farm on his supports. Even if he is
Yeah.
playing a 4 role, he seems as farmed as an offlaner. So I made this call yesterday saying he's the offlaner when obviously Lin or Secret is. Which threw me off a little bit, but we'll see how this draft progresses. As you can tell, guys, I'm still a little bit sick. I'm recovering. I'm nearly there. My voice is almost back. So just bear with me for another day or so, and I'll be ready again. IG picking up the Storm and Juggernaut, like Scant said, while VG with the Shadow Fiend, ES, and Venge. But
Ooh,
IG
so
with
this
Phoenix.
This is actually quite possibly a support Phoenix, and I hope it is. I don't know if you watched the major All Stars tournaments. In the grand finals, IG had Phoenix 2 games in a row, and both games it was actually Faith running the support Phoenix. Lure has played Phoenix as well since the season kicked off, so it actually can be either. I I'm not sure if we have a good idea. I suppose because we can see 2 cores already, I want to say this is a support pick, and they don't have picked all 3 cores right at the start. Even though IG is a team that regularly fifth picks the supports, I don't see them regularly fourth and fifth picking a support.
Okay.
It's nice to keep one of those core slots open.
Yeah, it's interesting to actually see. Like, lots of teams have different ways of drafting, which is pretty obvious saying it, but the way that you progress through the draft used to be quite similar from team to team, You pick up your support early, then halfway through your draft, you're like, oh, I need an offlaner, and then you leave your mid and safe lane carries till the very last 4th and 5th picks, just to try and keep them secret. Nowadays, sometimes you're 5th picking a support, if it's something a little bit fruity, and you want to keep it on the sly. Sometimes you just do want to keep that solo mid hero right at the end, but we're seeing a lot of Storm Spirit and Shadow Fiends picked up straight off the bat. They are heroes that perform very well, mainly because, well, there are lots of reasons, but it mainly comes down to their magic damage in the early game. They can control creep equilibrium and therefore control runes with their supports a lot easier with remnants and razors, clear through jungles with the exact same skills, and then they can go roaming around looking for kills.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and I think it also Ferrari's just playing so well in Storm right now, and by the same token, Vici getting potential. Yang's been playing a whole lot of the Shadow Fiend, and so teams will. I mean, it makes sense for them to stick to the stuff that's working well for them and the stuff that they know well. But yeah, going back to at the start, you said this game might not be that close. Well, IG, this is their first game, I think, of Dota 2 Champions League this season, but they've gone unbeaten in Star Ladder, like winning every best of 3 series 2-0. And Vici Gang Potential coming into this game have played a bunch of D2CL matches. I mean, they had to qualify in the pre-qualifier. I think they took 1 game off eHome, is that correct? And other than that, they haven't got any other wins.
I believe so. Last time I checked, they were 1-5 or something like that. They're probably 1-7 now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that's right.
One and
So I
seven,
think
yeah.
Vici Gang Potential is, aside from the pre-qualifier matches versus the tier 2 teams, they've won 1 game so far in this season, whereas IG have only lost one. They lost 1 game against Empire at Major All Stars, and that was before the grand final. In the grand final, it was also 2-0. So IG, a team that's like really at the top of their form, a team that's expected and treated at the moment as being possibly the best team in the world. And VG Game Potential is a team that I want to see how they perform in this game, because you might think that they're a bit out of their depth. They might feel a bit intimidated. Yesterday I even saw when you guys were casting VG Gang Potential versus VG proper, VG Gang Potential were kind of asking them like to go easy on them.
Yeah.
So
Show mercy, please.
exactly, and I feel like the dynamic here is pretty similar. So let's see if this last pick is a support or an offlaner, because I have specifically seen this combo from Faith and Churn with Phoenix and Witch Doctor. But at the same time, when they draft the support Phoenix, they very often have the offlane axe, and that was actually their first ban of the draft.
Okay. Well, you know, VG.P, that P is very important in their name. They're obviously sort of, I don't know, I struggle to find the actual definition of this squad. It's not a reserve squad, it's not a youth squad or anything. It's just, I guess it's a development squad, you know. They've got these
It's
five...
an academy team.
Academy, thank you, that's what I want. They've got these players that are obviously very skilled. Bring them together into a team, seeing how they work and whether they can, you know, prime some for the actual A squad or maybe for a VG squad 2 proper. But you're right, Clockwork is the offlane pick there for IG, and it will be Phoenix and Witch Doctor on support.
Yeah, so as I said, when Faith's been playing the support Phoenix, they've usually had Lure on the offlane axe, and I think it has partly to do with Phoenix's ulti is a lot better if you have strong initiation. If you have other heroes, like, you don't want Phoenix to have to hit the spirits on you as the sole thing to protect his ulti, but if you've got paralyzing casks, you've got Clockwork to hook, you've got Storm to roll in, Phoenix is going to go in and ulti, and they can't just stand there and attack the egg. Or is it an egg? The sun. I always say the egg, I don't know.
Everyone says the egg. It's the egg now.
Okay.
I have to turn off all of my announcers and stuff. I don't know why stuff resets on me like this. Every damn time. Hopefully.
Do we have open mic on?
Yes, I do have open mic on.
Great.
Hopefully that should all be fine. The D2CL HUD is there. Overlay is there. And we should be good. The only problem is that I think Moonbeam, the weather effect, is on. So I apologize for that, guys. It's not too noticeable. Maybe you'll see a dragonfly fly into your view. But apart from that, it should be all okay. So let's go over these teams. Yang again on the Shadow Fiend. He loved this hero. Or his team loves him playing it. I'm not sure yet. I'd be getting bored by now if I was playing Shadow Fiend 9 out of 10 games. And I don't think I've seen him play a different hero yet.
The other hero he's played is actually Wisp, and then he goes support.
Oh, really?
but when yeah, he's their Wisp player. But when he's been mid, I've also only seen him play Shadow Fiend. It's bizarre, right? It's like the guy who mains Wisp and Shadow Fiend.
It's definitely not usual. Yeah, Shadow Fiend. Oh, he's played Sniper once. Apologies. When they were playing against VG in the groups. Oh, that must have been yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't even remember what happened yesterday, guys. I cannot even remember.
You're sick. We forgive you.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, the teams. James on the Earthshaker, Yang playing the Shadow Fiend, Secret or Lin on the offlane Spirit Breaker Dogfights, the Vengeful Spirit, Triple S on this Slark. And over on the Dire, what have we got? Burning playing that Juggernaut. Heading towards mid is Ferrari. Where are you? Where are you taking the bounty rune, you sneaky devil? Ferrari 430?
With this support Phoenix, something that I'm seeing a lot from IG is what looks like Faith's doing here is starting off helping out the offlaner sometimes to give him an advantage. Just sort of zoning out the safe lane hero and leaving Chun to protect Burning on his own. Burning's actually started with boots this game on Juggernaut. Wonder if he thought the Spirit Breaker would have boots or if he just wanted to have that extra advantage.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of Chinese teams go for the 2 in Blade Fury just for the extra magical damage. You know, one stun and you've got the kill potential on quite a lot of heroes. Spirit Breaker isn't one of them. He's got a lot of HP, quite a lot of armor, which doesn't help against magical, but it does help it against the right clicks in between. On the off
But
lane,
having boots is not gonna. Sorry, I'll let you finish the introductions in a sec. Having boots is not gonna stop the Spirit Breaker charging away, so I don't see that helping them kill the Spirit Breaker really.
My OCD's gonna kill me. I know there's a couple of heroes left. Faith on the Phoenix, Luo on the Clockwork. Why does he tag himself up as G? She.
Well, he's been tagging as that for a really long time now. It's actually just that I guess we prefer saying Lure, and that was his old nickname, so all the casters just say that.
We don't care about your new name. We're gonna call you by your old name.
I mean, I think there's a lot of players where people. I think most people like to call Big Daddy No Tail anyway, even when he's called Big Daddy. It's just like you become attached to a certain name, and then that's kind of that. I had the same issue with MMY for a really long time, because in Dota 1 he was always called X,
Yeah.
or Weapon X, and I took really long to get used to calling him MMY.
Yeah, some of those things you just got to try and get out of your system. Chuan, gonna pull through, and I'm hoping pull through to the large camp as well. The lane is going to try and reset itself. Burning, getting in there with the last hits. So far, 2 for 2 on the Storm Spirit. Ferrari asserting his dominance over Yang. This is a lane that, without any outside influence, the Storm can definitely win early on. And if he wins hard enough, he can turn it back and dominate the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, definitely, and if he gets a early level 6, he can definitely kill the Shadow Fiend. But Shadow Fiend is on this Radiant side, and once he gets raising some creeps, he should be okay. I think there's pings coming out James once and a kill attempt in this bot lane, but that's part of why the Phoenix comes to this lane actually with the offlaner, is that he's a support that's difficult to kill because he can dive, and just by being there it makes it much harder for you to go on his offlaner because you risk actually a return kill happening when there's 2 heroes.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think of, I've seen a couple of Southeast Asian teams run Axe and Zeus off lane, where they have Axe doing the exact same thing. Get into the creep wave, get some last hits, and zone out the safe lane carry, while the Zeus sits there spamming out lightning, and making it so you can't actually jump on him. You know, okay, Zeus isn't as mobile as the Phoenix by any means, but he does offer that same sort of stopgap, where you're throwing out this harass, as James launches the Fisher down onto Faith, who still hasn't leveled anything.
Yeah, he doesn't want to because the dive is what he needs to escape, but the spirits are way more useful in fighting or harassing.
Yeah.
And that's the one downside compared to the Zeus, is that the Phoenix wants level 2, actually really wants level 3 before it gets to its full potential, because the level 2 spirits and the level 1 dive being really strong. So immediately after getting that rune, James and Dogfights move back into Fog Smoked, and they're going to go right now for kill on Ferrari.
DD Earthshaker, what can they do? Ferrari's out of... Was that a misclick from the Spirit Breaker? He charged onto a creep. Oh no, he must have been gone on by Burning and Chuan. I just assumed that it was all part of the plan. Courier? Dogfight? Oh, no, that's so unlucky with the timing. He poked his head around the corner. Didn't see the courier, and now it's long gone as Ferrari heads into the jungle. That's really unfortunate for them.
I wonder if he got spotted when he poked his head out, or did Ferrari just like realize it's been a long time since we've seen Venge and Earthshaker? Like, I'll go make a stack. I'm not walking forward right now.
Well, it's like that. It's that 3-minute gang timing, you know. They're going to have their levels. They're going to be wanting to find something. Snacking and pulling might not be their thing. It's kind of when you know there's a Chen or Enchantress on the enemy team. You know that at around 2.5, 3 minutes, something's going to happen. They've taken a couple of jungle camps, and then they're going to come hunting for you.
And Storm Spirit is such an important hero to be conservative with before level 6, because once you're level 6, it's much harder for them to kill you. So you know they've got extra incentive to try kill you before level 6. So just consider how they might be ganging you at any point in time before you are 6. Bot lane Lure just actually rocketing off Vengeful Spirit's Clarity, so Dogfight's not gonna have mana for stun, probably gonna have to run all the way back to base, and this aggressive dual lane getting a lot of value against a tri lane, I think.
And he can't even stack large camp or anything. There's sentry on the magic bush spot. Really annoying from IG. In fact, we haven't seen any sentries from the Radiant, have we? Oh, Faith. He's got dive. Do we see the Fisher, though, from James? No, we do not. Charge is going to continue, but cancelled out by the Spirit Breaker at last minute. And now he's down on his bot lane with no way to get back up top.
Yeah, so something I've noticed in common with all of IG's drafts since the season started is that you've got Burning and Ferrari on like these impressive scaling cores every game, and Lure's playing a utility hero just about always. Spirit Breaker charges in bot. Faith might be in trouble. He doesn't have dive yet.
He's gonna get caught out. Fisher as well. Good cogs though from Luo, blocking out the advance from VG.P, and there was no way for the Slug to jump in there or do anything.
Yeah, and that's actually what I was getting to with my point. Lure's been doing so well as the main utility hero with Chun and Faith backing him up. Like really, people have had so many doubts about him in the past, but in this current IG lineup where like the 2 other cores are trying to scale and get farm and then make plays, and then you've got your 2 supports who are even themselves often trying to scale a bit. Lure's had a lot of work to do in terms of like providing utility, and I think he's been getting most of his plays very right.
Well, the way things are going, they're looking pretty damn good. Slug with 21 last hits, lagging a little bit behind Burning with 31 for 3. The Shadow Fiend, obviously, 33 for 15. He's doing a pretty damn good job mid. The threat of the support's moving around. Ferrari has now hit level 6, so he's not going to feel that pressure anymore. And may even start to look, to play aggressively onto this SF.
Yeah, I think they'd consider it if they could see both support spots, they'd go on the SF right away. But Vengeful Spirit's been missing for a really long time, and so just being careful about that. Vengeful Spirit actually heading up to the top lane. I don't think they can kill Juggernaut though, so I'm not too sure what this rotation is about.
To annoy Burning, stop him farming a little bit, I'm not too sure. You can't really put this guy off his pace when it comes to last hitting. He's going to find farm somewhere. Whether you send him off the lane, he goes into the jungle. He's always going to find that GPM. So no first blood yet, 6 minutes into the game. Slark dropping a little bit low down at bot, just taking a bit of a pounding from Faith, throwing out the fiery spirits. Is he going for Midas? No, he's bringing himself some tank. Goes. Spirit Breaker up at top, oh dear. Vengeful Spirit might be the next one to fall. Phase boots from Burning, some crits. Get in there with the hits. No, he's not going to go for it.
Yeah, so I was actually watching that. There was just basically Burning got level 6, and Witch Doctor says hello. Omni Slash with Paralyzing Cask, that's a kill. Simple as that, really. And that's gonna again make the Vengeful Spirit's rotation seem really, really ineffective. Wasting a lot of time going up there, getting nothing done, having to go heal, and the person you went to join actually died.
And at exactly the same time, Phoenix alone was, on the verge of killing the Slark, stopping him from farming his. I'm assuming Midas. His Midas timing is going to be really damn slow. Looking at what, about 10 minutes now if it keeps on at this rate. Mid lane, Yang. There's the wraparound from Luo. He doesn't have level 6 yet, but with the Storm jump in, I don't know, if he gets this last creep, he hits, well, he'll almost hit level 7. After the wave, he'll definitely be level 7. Do you go for an earlier level in Vortex? Because usually now it's level 8 or 9 that you even consider going for it.
He actually probably doesn't have to because he has a Haste Rune bottled. So if Clock gets on there, that's a kill without a Vortex.
Okay.
And this is something I was wondering about IG's lineup, because usually when they do the support Phoenix, the offlane axe goes to jungle, Phoenix gets solo XP, but here the Clock's just going for the gang.
Yang backs himself up.
Like Clockwork can't go at level 3 to the jungle, he also can't go at level 3 to gang, so I was wondering, like, do they wait for him to get 6 and then give Phoenix the offlane, or what's the plan for the Clockwork to allow the Phoenix that solo space? And I don't know, it seems like this is going to be a Clockwork that potentially tries to gang before level 6.
Not really the best. I mean, without the hook shot, you don't have any form of real initiation unless you get an invis rune or you smoke up or do something sneaky. I'm not too sure.
He's actually, yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. The IG of running these strats where we essentially have 3 utility / support players and 2 main cores. And Lua actually spending his time stacking all.
Faith goes down to the Slark. I don't know, didn't have dive. Must have dived away, and then a good fisher from James. Didn't quite catch it, just saw him falling by his tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I think they had him stuck in the secret shop earlier and he dived out, and then they just went on him near the tower now while dive was cooling down, which is the one time a Phoenix is vulnerable. Yeah, so this is the plan, right? The Clockwork stacked one more time. Now you can get XP mid while the Storm goes to farm the jungle. And everything works out for them because all the heroes they want to be getting lane XP are getting lane XP.
Yeah, that's great for them. So now Luo is verging on level 6. Gonna get quite a bit of mid. Has to be very wary though. James sitting in the wings with a fisher. A couple of raises from Yang. Clockwork isn't the tankiest hero. 800 HP. He could get ripped apart by the Shadow Fiend.
Yang's the CS leader by quite far. So we spoke about how he likes to play SF, but I think I'm speaking maybe a bit too much about IG. Yang's doing really well in the Shadow Fiend, and I'd like to see what he scales into in this game. Is he going to rush the mech? Is he going to rush the Yules? Maybe even the Shadow Blade?
Ferrari with the regen Vortex. No, Chuan gets him with the stun. Secret. No charging away for you. As the cavalry comes in for IG, Chuan and Ferrari both finding that kill on the offlane Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, and that's a rarely spoken about facet of Storm Spirit once he starts moving into the jungle, farming jungle creeps early on in the game. If that's what you're doing with your Storm and the clock's just stoking up XP mid, then all the lanes need to be careful because they don't know where Storm is. He could gang anywhere at any time, whereas usually we see the Storm farming so much that people know where he is early on in the game.
Yeah, with this Shadow Fiend on Yang, we're seeing a lot of mech SFs in China. But Yules has been slowly but surely coming into vogue.
Yeah, and Yules seems like maybe it's a bit more useful if you're getting Omni slashed. Not sure if it helps you. I mean, it would help you against the Storm's Orchid if he goes there, but the Storm Spirit's more than likely gonna rush the Bloodstone because that's the preferred strategy in China right now.
Hook shot in, Yang caught out, Luo finds the Shadow Fiend. The charge is coming in though, and IG's advance, okay. It's bolstered by Ferrari zipping halfway across the map and burning through all his mana in the process, but they still get the kill. Whoa, Secret! They found Luo, and with the Slark, they're going to take him down with the Dark Pact and Pounce, is my voice.
I think Shadow Fiend is still a more valuable kill than Clockwork, and IG will probably be happier with that trade than VG Gang Potential, but still good for VG Gang Potential to not let it go for free when they realize they can make a kill out of it.
Yeah, getting something back is always great. Burning Chainstone now onto the tier 2 tower, and probably going to go down here. The bashes from Lin on that Spirit Breaker out of this world as they really did Chainstone very well. Fisher into charge, the magic missile. There was no real overlapping there, but the triple bash. That was real.
Strike. I feel like that's what they were kind of waiting for, to be able to kill Juggernaut. The Spirit Breaker needed to have level 6, and early on when they were trying to kill him, it just felt like basically a waste of time. But now you'd have to be worried, and yeah, Yang's going for that fast mech. He's going to have it pretty soon. While Faith on the bot lane has gotten up to level 7. He used his ulti earlier while we were watching the fight top. I'm not sure what for. I guess his life was threatened.
I saw that just now. Take a look at the Slark's health. The Slark was diving him around this area, just popped the ulti and said, well, you know, you can fight through this and you can probably die, or you can run away and limp back to your fountain while I take the rest of the experience.
Yeah, when you're against one hero with Phoenix, the level 1 ulti is pretty much guaranteed safety. Whereas as soon as there's 2 heroes, the level 1 ulti is actually not very useful at all. They'll definitely be able to kill the egg.
So Burning after dying once, and it hasn't halted him too much. He's only about 100 net worth behind the Shadow Fiend now. Then you've also got the Storm, who's sitting on 5.3k. Slark heading into those stat items. Has he actually built into anything big yet? No. So he didn't go for the Midas, he went for the Treads instead. Shadow Blade, I'd assume is going to be his item here. Blink Dagger doesn't seem too great.
Where are they going with this smoke? Churn and Burning. They just smoke from the top lane. Are they going all the way to Rush? Are they looking for a kill? I think they might be going to Rush.
What are they looking for? They'll pick up the Haste Rune. They've signaled out Triple S, so the Slark is in an awful lot of trouble here. No? Not going to jump him, but the counter smoke is actually coming in. Secret, they found Luo. Doesn't get the cogs down in time. Now the Chainstones come out. Another strike, magic missile. Yeah, they land everything perfectly once again from VG.P.
Yeah, and IG deciding it's not worth it not to run out of the rush pit, expose yourselves and try help, and they'll probably regret it if they get scouted, but if they don't get scouted, they'll be very happy. Or Secrets are coming to look.
Guess what? They get scouted. The signals go out. Schwan, okay, they want to take down Secret. Double ulti there along with the Maledict. Requiem catches Ferrari, but not with the full brunt of the damage as Yang is dropping low to the Blade Fury now. Good Supernova in the middle of 4. This is going to ruin VG.P with one hero. Burning though, locked in place and taken out by the Slark as Ferrari is zipping back and forth with the limited mana he has. I thought that Supernova would do a lot more than it did. It looked great, but it just doesn't do that much damage.
It was very well positioned. The issue is that there's too many heroes, and he didn't manage to get any spirits off beforehand. So all of the heroes attacking at normal attack speed. It takes 5 hits to level 1 to kill the Supernova. So it's kind of like between 4 people, one of them hits it twice, the others hits it once. But I think it still did a good job there, the Supernova, just like drawing their attention, forcing them to take it down first. So it did make the fight slightly better. Ferrari probably dies in that fight if not for the Supernova drawing attention away from him.
Yeah. For those of you just joining us, this is game number 1 between IG and VG.P in the D2CL. Big shout out to Twitch, our sponsors. So far, it's a lot closer than really anyone would have expected. Right now, that one fight, VG.P have brought it back from a 3,000 net worth deficit to about 0. They're breaking even right now. Their heroes, scale decently into late game. Venger's a great late game support. Slark, SF, and Spirit Breaker, 3 cores there that can definitely tank up, but also deal a bunch of damage. While IG, they've got the skill, they've got the team cohesion. Can they pull off these team fights to bring themselves back in and get themselves that lead once again?
Yeah, especially with Slark picking up that Shadow Blade now, we were wondering earlier what he was going to go for. Well, he's got the whole Shadow Blade, and it's going to make him a bit of a menace in connection with the long range fissure and the Spirit Breaker charge. I think IG, if there are two splits, there's going to be pickoffs happening left, right, and center.
Well, Burning trying for the tier 2 at top, decides to back himself up and go back into the jungle. That's what IG are doing right now. Just utilizing the jungle as much as you can, farming up 3 heroes in here. Because you know you need a little burst of gold. You're behind, you're down in the dumps for the, for 30 seconds, for a minute or so. You've allowed VG.P maybe a little more room than you should have. But Ferrari nearly has his Bloodstone. Chuan has Arcane Boots, and is he going to be building into an urn, or is that something Phoenix has? Phoenix has it, of course, yeah.
But yeah, it's the Bloodstone will be a big pickup. But as I said, actually, they ended up, I think, regretting not coming out initially. When Lure got initiated on the mid lane and they had just started rushing, it's better to just take the fight while Clockwork's alive if you're going to be forced to take a fight anyway. Well, Ferrari will get charged in the mid lane. I don't think this is going to bother him.
He wants nothing to do with this. Zips away with the ball lightning. You know, there was the Slug there, shadow blading up. Where did he actually head to? Yeah, he's heading back into the jungle, but they were prepping themselves for the basically all in on Storm.
Yeah, I just feel like the Spirit Breaker feels a bit silly charging after Storm Spirit. He's like, okay guys, fine, I'll charge him. I mean, he's just gonna ball away, but I know you want me to charge him, I'll charge him.
I'll do whatever you say, boss.
Smoke and Shadow Blade. Rory might be in trouble now.
Fissure misses! They get the Echo Slam and charge though, and they do finish off Ferrari on that Storm. Luo jumps in onto James. Deathward will bring down the Earthshaker most likely here, or maybe even the Venge. No, Mech from Yang, keeping them all healthy and surviving through this. VG.P taking down 2, and now Requiem down onto Burning and Chuan. Supernova from the Phoenix gonna drop here. The egg gonna stun. Yeah, it's gonna land. No, they bring it down in the neck of time. As James maledicted up is gonna fall.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter though. This is a win for IG and a big win. So, two things that affect that. Like, in both of these fights, even though the Phoenix dies in his ulti's getting a lot of work done. They had combined with the paralyzing cast, and he had hit some spirits to slow their attack speed. But also, Ferrari, even though he made an uncharacteristic mistake, zipping forward, I guess not expecting the smoke gang, he did buy his Bloodstone before they killed him. And so, he respawned really fast and got back to the fight, which I don't think they would have anticipated. He respawned so fast that I was thinking, did he buy back? What just happened?
He was straight back in there. Oh, Slark. Oh, Slark. They know he's there. They see him. You're dead. He's gonna pop his shattered hands and jump away. Secret. He's gonna pay the price. That little old sentry. Like they didn't have a gem or anything. They actually just dived in. Whoa, Slug died to the fire spirits.
What? I don't. What?
Slug died over here.
But I'm pretty sure
the Witch Doctor. Maledict?
Yeah, the fiery spirits ran out and he was still alive, I'm pretty sure. So the Witch Doctor must have caught him.
You can't Dark Pact Maledict off. You just end up killing yourself quicker. Burning takes Fissure and a couple of raises. He's gonna be just about fine as Luo jumps in. The hook shot and Cogs onto 2. Requiem gets cancelled out as now Ferrari is on the hunt.
Yeah, so real credit to Luo there, because this was actually okay. James missing the fissure, no chance of a kill on a Storm Spirit. Charge onto mid lane. Chuan's gonna go down. I think Burning.
Pops the Omni Slash.
Just ran away.
But Ferrari jumps back in. Burning, life stealing, critting, getting through all of this. Will drop in the end to Triple S on that Slug. As Ferrari's turned around on Swap and Magic Missile. So bringing him a little bit closer to that tower, but there's no real chance of killing him.
On the original clash, I think Lure did really well. I don't know if you saw, as he hooked in, the Venge was busy casting the animation to swap the Juggernaut back. And Juggernaut was low HP spinning away, and if he gets swapped back, he's going to die to like 2 more SF hits.
Faith, dive away, Supernova.
Yeah, it's the only way to guarantee he lives, I guess, so why not? And now his spells are cooled down. They're going to go back onto the Slug.
He's got no shattered hands, he's got nothing left. Even the sentry placed there by Faith preemptively, just in case he gets into that Shadow Blade.
Yeah, and this is the game plan that IG are going for. It gets to this point where the Storm Spirit and the Juggernaut start to snowball out of control. The Storm Spirit here more so than the Juggernaut.
Faith has been caught. Ferrari is in the wings though. He's going to find out James, the Earthshaker, and battle up against him. Faith going to drop first. Yeah, he's going to be the martyr here.
Yeah, I don't think he minds. I don't think any amounts of Phoenix deaths are going to decide this game. At this point in time, I mean, VG Game Potential started with a really strong early game, better than we thought they'd do. And the game's starting to slip a bit from them, and I think they just don't have a plan to deal with Storm Spirit. The way that they killed Storm Spirit earlier on, the only time they killed him, is when he zipped into fog into their smoke gang.
Yeah, and then into like 3 stuns and a charge.
Beyond that, you know, if the ears can chain stun with the Spirit Breaker and if they get all the chain stuns on him, that seems like the best shot they've got of killing him. But if he's fighting against known quantities, if he's got vision and he knows what he's going into, Ferrari's just never gonna die.
Ferrari, what are you doing? What are you just diving in there for? Aegis Immortals reclaimed in 2 minutes climb, so I guess he wants to put this to use.
Yeah, that's gotta be what it is.
Yeah, talking about the
He's
net
getting
worth.
charged.
Is he? Cancelled almost immediately. VG.P, you know, they brought this game back from about a 2,500 net worth deficit. It wasn't a massive lead from IG by any means, so VG.P did well in the laning phase, did well in that one team fight. But IG, I don't know, they flicked a switch and said, okay guys, well, if this is how they want to play, then this is how we're going to play. All of a sudden turning on the style and bringing it back in. Ferrari, all alone here, but he's going to go in for a kill on Vengeful Spirit. Zips in with the Vortex and Remnants, quite a lot of damage. Reku's going to be thrown out here, but Aegis Immortal is still there for Ferrari. He's taking everyone down to like a third of their HP, and he hasn't even died once yet. Death Ward will bring down Yang as IG are ripping it. Here up against VG.P. That's getting close to like 22 minutes in, but that's getting close to game over.
And this was the first Phoenix ulti that was level 2, and what a difference it made, because Shadow Fiend just stood tanking it and hitting it, and not even close to killing it. I mean, going from 5 hits to 8 hits is a very, very big difference. You go from 2 heroes definitely killing it, even with spirits, to 2 heroes pretty much never killing it if there's spirits involved. And yeah, I agree with you. This is a game that, in some respects, by some metrics, seems very close. But you do get that sense that, you know, IG win another big fight like that, and all of a sudden they kill Raxes, and all of a sudden the game's over. It could happen. VG Gang Potential needs to be pretty careful that they don't lose such a one-sided fight again.
Like, Ferrari has a Shiva's. 22 minutes in, he's got 16 Bloodstone charges. Shiva's guard. This is nuts. 9, 1, and 6 with 12,000 net worth. Burning, yeah, okay, you're doing pretty well as well, my friend, with Santon Yasha Mask of Madness. But 3, 3, and 8. He hasn't had that solo killing potential that the Storm has, obviously. Omnislash helps out in team fights. Healing Ward's pretty good. But Burning hasn't had the flash of killing brilliance that Ferrari has had, and is probably going to have again here. Looking for more down on the spot lane.
Well, there's no Phoenix ulti yet, so IG might not force it yet, and I'm interested to see how VG Gang Potential deal with the Phoenix ulti next fight, now that they know it's level 2, now that they know it's not that easy to take down. I mean, the Phoenix ulti really is, like, the nice thing about having on a support hero is that it's an ulti that makes the fight very awkward for the enemy team. They don't want to just run away. You have a Storm Spirit and a Clock, you're going to chase them down, you're going to kill them all. But they can't just stand and hit it either, for the same reasons basically. It takes long to kill it, and all the Phoenix's teammates can just go on you, right? It's not like he's one of their cores. They've got a lot of extra heroes that can kill you if you're just bunching around the egg. So really puts you in that kind of catch-22 of if you run, you die. If you stand around the egg, you maybe also die. Like, ideally you want to be able to kill it right away with everyone just hitting it. But if that's not an option, then normally a fight that involves the Phoenix ulti is going to go the Phoenix's team's direction.
Yeah, especially in enclosed areas. Now, around the Roche Pit, down these ramps and choke points and things like that, it's going to be incredibly difficult to turn yourself around and back up. If you're close to a tower, if you're close to your base, then maybe VG.P managed to do it. You know, Bell from a team fight, reset, and then re-engage.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things as well. Like I'm saying, like, running away from it might get you to lose the fight. But it's one of those tricks where, like, you see the Phoenix ulti and you know for sure we can kill this ulti, we have enough people, we have enough hits. But sometimes making that decision that because you can make the kill, you should make the kill, is going to lose you even more value. And I think it has to do with it being the egg and not just the hero. Because you don't see a team in the middle of a fight go, oh, there's a support hero, let's use everything on him quickly
Yeah.
and kill him. But because the egg's kind of threatening to stun you and dealing you damage, it feels super appealing. It feels like we can kill the egg, we must kill the egg.
Hey, look, we're gonna stop this guy's ultimate by right-clicking the egg. Let's do it.
Yeah, but while you do that, you're doing nothing to anyone else, and they have free reign to go on you. But yeah, right now it looks like we're seeing a trade. Are IG gonna initiate? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, straight onto Yang, pops his BKB. Luo full stops out and doesn't get hit by that Requiem too hard. A death ward from Chuan gonna bring down Yang as the Supernova makes Slark really wish he hadn't jumped in here. He might get the kill on Phoenix. Nope, no, he will not. He'll die for his efforts. Burning, where the hell are you getting these kills? Secret's gonna charge himself away. I'm watching things happen in the back lines while Burning's going like 1 versus 3 on the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, speak a lot about the Phoenix ulti, but it's always going to be hard for one hero to take it down. And that's what Slark tried to do there, on his own. Get 8 hits onto the Phoenix ulti.
He nearly had it. He was
Yeah,
close. He didn't have fire spirits on him though.
Yeah, he didn't have spirits on him. I think he got 6 or 7, so he was pretty close. But over there, again, that's what I was talking about before. Let's say he gets the kill, he's dead. He's definitely dead as a result of getting that kill to everyone else.
Yeah, Maladin gets thrown on him and then a bunch of damage from Storm Spirit. What are you gonna do? Shadow Blade for the Spirit Breaker is picked up, so he's gonna be able to do some sneaky things, but
Lin's charging top. This is gonna be interesting. There's a Yules. There's no dive though. I think this is Faith to death.
well, with the second bash there, uses himself. Well, uses the Spirit Breaker up as Faith earns and runs away. Secret just TPs the hell out. He doesn't know where the rest of IG are.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to him, they're over in the Roche pit
Now
taking
he
it down.
knows.
Now he knows. Oh crap! I could have gone for that kill.
Oh, that's a catch from Lure on the Vengeful Spirits, and dogfights go down really fast. And now I think IG just go for axes. Oh wow, another charge onto Faith in the jungle. This time he's dead. Come on.
Yeah, there's no way he's surviving through that. Radiant
Faith
Vision
says
with that little
immediately-
observer ward.
Yeah, Faith pings it right away. He's like, guys, they got a ward.
Chuan insta buys a gem. Guys, they have a ward. I'm on it. I got a gem. I'm gonna go and de-ward this shit. Just give me a minute. IG coming in with the cavalry, looking for the Slark, but not gonna find him. He's already bailed on this. Clearing through the dire jungle, then push up top lane. This, one of the more efficient moves. If you fail a push on the tier 2 mid, you just make a sweep through, get to your top lane, then push it out a little bit more. You control the jungle. You limit how much farm IG are getting to just lanes then.
Ferrari is just so farmed at this point. He's gonna have that Orchid soon. And this is not like a slow Orchid, this is a fast Bloodstone Shiva's Orchid.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Storm zips in, dogfights not for long for this world as the Shiva's guard and Static Remnants bringing him down. James must have joined here thinking, well, Spirit Breaker's on his way, he's gonna help me out. Nope, you're wrong. Spirit Breaker is getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, it's one of the things that makes Ferrari Storm Spirit so attractive to watch. He's really good at not getting those unnecessary deaths, and Storm Spirit's already a hero that's so difficult to kill. So, I mean, this game's totally different if those early rotations from VG gaining potential could kill Storm Spirit before he got level 6. But they couldn't, he was very careful. And what... Lin, are you charging Faith again?
Apparently so. With the Shadow Blade, I mean, he'll get that crit hit, but no Nether Strike. Doesn't want to dive the base. I would have gone for that. The Slark's right there, who's been spotted out now. Stun thrown out by Chuan, but he's going to try and pounce himself away.
I mean, he is in his base, and you can't see the whole enemy team. It seems like... Okay, here's another one.
Storm finds the SF elsewhere while we're watching the chase up on top. Self-heals from Faith, sends himself up into the air. Oh, good hook shot. Pounce, do we have it? Yep, jump over with the Shadow Dance. That was perfectly placed. I don't know what is happening to the rest of VG.P, but this is pretty enjoyable, just watching the Spirit Breaker and Slark running into the enemy base, I don't know, is it trying to find kills? Are you trying to annoy IG? Get under their skin a little bit?
It's just interesting because we were talking earlier about how Spirit Breaker doesn't really want to charge Storm Spirits, he does it reluctantly, but now he's decided he's just going to always charge Phoenix, which is close to as difficult. Wow, dogfights. I think that's his third or fourth death in quick succession. Actually, he's just been going down over and over and over. First he got caught by the clock in his jungle, and now I think he got twice by the storm in a row. So three very quick deaths in succession.
I just watch Ferrari jumping back and forth, zipping onto that vengeful spirit, and then Orchid means she can't really do too much.
Yeah, so a game that at the start looked pretty even. IG went a bit ahead, looked even again, and since then IG have gone ahead and it's never gone back.
Oh dear, oh dear.
He's
Ferrari still has Aegis Immortal. Yep, James is probably going to drop here. Does Ferrari go deep? Does he just bail himself out? Where? He's going deep. Okay, he is going deep. Dodging the magic missile, picking up a TP scroll. Zips and TPs the charge. Oh, the swap even. Giving the vision now. Ferrari caught up shit creek without a paddle, but he insta respawns back in base. Beyond godlike streak goes the way of Shadow Fiend. I'm not sure that means too much. How much did he give away? He gave away about 6,000. No. He gave them 6,000 experience from that one kill and about 3,000 gold. Hookshot in onto Yang though. He's got BKB. Requiem is off cooldown. Not sure why not just throwing it straight out there, but Secret charges in, gets the stun onto Juan. It's time to back up as Burning Omni slashes through your ranks. Triple S. Slug.
I mean, Ferrari is after that death, after giving them all that XP. He's a higher level than both Venge and ES put together.
Oh dear.
Like added. I mean, often you see supports being lower level, but okay, Ferrari's going in again.
Of course he is. Yang has no BKB and Ferrari knows this damn right. The Requiem, the Dying Breath. Threatens to take down Luo. Faith, Supernova, yeah. Dropping pretty low on HP himself as Ferrari does his own thing. Time to take racks, tier 3s. Game is coming to a close now for IG. And I was taking a look at the net worth graph and we saw that little bump in the road where VG had a minor comeback. They won a team fight, but from there on out, it's just been smooth sailing for IG as they increase their lead until it's now past 20,000 in terms of net worth.
Yeah, and I feel like VG getting potential, taking a team fight where IG fought without the clock, who had already died, getting a pick off on Storm where he rolled into fog into their smoke gang. So it's the openings they've had. I mean, I don't want to be rude to VG getting potential, but IG have made those openings for VG getting potential, and overall, it ends up being the game that we expected it to be. A pretty one-sided matchup.
Yeah. Well, VG.P definitely, like, their draft was good, so I'll give them that. Their drafting seems solid. Laning-wise, it wasn't too bad. It's just that IG had that overruling sense of where the game was going, what they needed to do at what times, that VG couldn't quite grasp onto. They were always, shuffling around in the darkness, trying to figure out, what's IG doing next? Are they roaching? Are they farming jungle? With a Spirit Breaker, sometimes they had an inkling and they could charge onto someone to find a kill. But IG coming out the victors there in game number 1 in the D2CL up against VG.P. We'll be back in a couple minutes with game number 2.